when women seek equality in the United States. Women want equal rights, equal fairness, equal treatment like the men. This is pretty interesting. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy James to the O. Woo-wee. Women fighting for equality and equal rights. Feminism is something else. First thing first, when you fight for equality, ladies, I need y'all to understand something. I commend y'all for trying to fight for rights and equality, equal fairness, treatment across the board. I commend y'all for your efforts. But it's going to backfire on you as well. Here's why. You're fighting with a double-edged sword. What I mean by it is you holding one end of the sword and it's sharp, and you're fighting with this end of the sword is also sharp. So here you are holding a sharp end, fighting with the other end, fighting for equality, not knowing eventually you're going to cut yourself. That's what it's like when y'all fight for equality. Well, men are not seeking equality with women, but women are seeking equality with men. Some people actually believe that men and women are created equal. I'm sorry to say they're not. Because there's a big difference between estrogen and testosterone does things that estrogen doesn't do. Muscle mass, muscle strength, bone density, all that equates to strength and physicalityness that favors the guy. NBA, WNBA, give you an example of that. Who's complaining about not getting more pay? The women. The men just fine. They sign big fat contracts, $100+ million worth. They set for life if they manage their money right. Women, on the other hand, they have a salary cap. The max they can get is like $250,000, $250K. A doctor can get that. But average salary is like 60, 70, 80K a year. I can do that just by working a regular job. So, women talking about they want to get paid. Pay us like you pay the men. Pay us like you pay the men. And then this one girl for Las Vegas Aces, Kelsey Plum, was talking about, we don't want the same pay as men. We want the same revenue share because the NBA gets 50% of the revenue. The players do. WNBA only gets 20% of the revenue, which sucks. If I buy a LeBron James jersey, he's going to get that money. If I buy an Aja Wilson jersey, she's not going to get paid. That ain't right, but hey. So then I asked people, I said, look, what game is more exciting, women or men's basketball? And they said, well, of course, obviously it's the men. That's why they get paid more. They're more entertaining. They bring more. I'm not going to mention the dunking part because I know a lot of women's going to be about that. I don't need to use that. I told somebody this is the issue that WNBA is having. A bunch of issues. And they're not going to even use dunking or anything degrading at all. They start in the month of May. NBA starts in October. Maybe they need to switch over in the fall season instead of the spring creeping up on summer. They play 40 regular season games. The NBA plays 82. So they need to play more games. More games, more money, more revenue. They only have 12 teams in the league. So every year somebody coming in getting drafted and then somebody got to get bounced. It's like that with the NBA too, but there's no retirements going on as much in the women's league like that. So every year here comes somebody coming from college or overseas. They're a high quality draft pick. They get cut a year or two later because the team can't afford to pay them. That's blasphemous. Because they don't generate enough money. I get it. Yep, so they need to play 82 games. They need to have 30 teams in the league just like the NBA do so they can generate more money throughout the league. The league is too small with 12. The NBA has 30 teams. That's more than half of what the women's league have. And they're talking about why they can't get equal pay or whatever. It's like, well, there's women out there that don't even watch women's basketball. The men support the WNBA more so than the women do. That's outrageous, and you wonder why they can't get paid. There's more women on earth than there are men, but men supporting y'all sport, not your own gender. Think about it. Women back in history, the United States, they weren't even allowed to work nor vote. Somebody say, well, black men wasn't allowed to vote either. They was allowed to work. Then the 15th Amendment came in saying that men, regardless of race or skin color, could vote. Women still couldn't vote. Then here comes the 19th Amendment, years and years later. Now women can vote regardless of her race and skin color. We want voices too. We want this too. Then you have the black feminist movement of the 1960s, around the time where the Black Panther Party came out, was established. You have the feminist movement. You have women's rights movement. Violence against women acts movement. You have all these movements and pertain to women seeking one ultimate thing. They're seeking equality. It gets interesting. Finna do a part 2 of this, when women are seeking equality in the United States. Y'all stay tuned for part 2. It's coming right up.